assembly drawing. We have a start assembly to do here. We are given the exploded isometric drawing of the parts of an assembly, showing the position of each part relative to all others. We are also given the orthographic views of each of these parts. Let's go into the exploded isometric view. It's simple. The cover plate must sit against the body. It's the same size. The start, M28, must go through the cover plate into the body. The washer is also M28, meaning that it fits onto the start. Will go in and sit against the cover plate. The nut is also M28, which is the size of the start. It will go in and to tighten everything, and everything fits in together nicely. That is the idea of assembly. They are showing us that this is the front view. So all these views are the front views, and that's the right view. Then we are given the orthographic views. Orthographic views helps us with dimensions as to how to draw this part and how they fit. So everything that we see here will have dimensions. This is the front view. That's a right view. Front, right. Right, front. Right, front. And this is just the front. Okay. So it means everything that we do, we have to draw the dimensions. The first thing that we need to read is the instructions. Drawing to scale 1:1 in third angle orthographic projection. Stop right there. If you are drawing in a third angle orthographic projection, there is a rule which must be followed, which says what you see from the right must be drawn on the right. What you see from the left must be drawn on the left. So basically we're saying if this is the right view, so this view here must be drawn on the right hand side because it's in that angle. So they want us to draw a sectional front view on a cutting plane AA as seen from this orthographic view here. There's our cutting plane. So this is the view which we will section. So it means this will become a sectional front view. And I must also draw the right view. So it is important to start with the right view. Everything that must be drawn on the right, that must be drawn. So that I project everything to the front view. Set up the page, then you start drawing. So this is the kind of the situation that we're looking at. This here is my cover plate using all those dimensions. Now, after drawing the cover plate, I need to bring in this, which is the start, the right view of the start. The right view of the start, this is the start. Then I bring in my nut. Now I need to bring in my nut. That's my nut. So now all I need to do is to get my cutting plane. So this is the complete right view. Let us see from the question. From the question, using this view here, what we see the washer, we see the nut, and we'll see the right part of the start. Okay? So we've got all that. Now here, we know that this cover plate must sit against the body. So that's what will happen. That's number one. Number two is to take this start, and the start must go into the cover plate. It goes in where the threads are. This is where it will fit. These are the threads, so that's where it starts. So there's my start going in. After the start, I need to bring in the washer. So the washer also moves. It goes in, and it sits against the cover. Now I need to move in my nut. The nut will do the same thing. It will move and sit on the washer. However, let's bring this close to one another. That should be enough. Because we don't section the nut, so I don't have to see that, because we don't section the nut. So that must go away, and it must also go away here. That must go away there, and that must go away there. Likewise in this case. I don't section the nut as well, rather the washer as well. Therefore, that goes out. That goes out. Means I don't see these things. It means I don't see those things. Now, all this has been done using those dimensions. All I need now is to do hatching. There are two things that must be hatched here. It's the body and it's the cover plate. As we don't hatch the start, and we don't hatch the washer, and we don't hatch the nut. So when everything has been concluded, it means I must have a cutting plane on the right view. It must be labeled. As you notice here on the section AA, the hatching is used at 45 degrees square. Because it's two components sitting against each other, that's why the hatching is going in different. That is why the sectioning is going in different directions. Mind you, here we will also do hatching because we don't section the start, but these are the threads that the start could have gone in. Therefore, we have to show hatching here as well as there. That's why this line is drawn light. And like we said, here we don't hatch the washer, and we don't hatch the nuts, and we don't hatch the start. So this will be a complete section of the start with all labels.